Welcome back, guys, to another video on the channel. Tonight, we're going to do a bonus video on the biggest downgrades I could find in the FC26 leaked database. Now, this database, the stats, the playstyles are not accurate. The ratings, I think they'll be close to accurate. I don't think they're going to be the exact ratings, but you get the idea, and these are players that have got massive downgrades according to EA. EA have rated these players lower. I think they have rating scouts. I think that's how they do this stuff. I don't know. Again, when we have the official stuff, we'll do streams on those when I'm feeling way better and we have more information. But for now, these are the leaked stuff, and I want to go through them because to me, they're interesting, and I want to share that content with you guys. So if you enjoy the videos, drop a thumbs up. Openda is one of the first players. He's an 83 in this upcoming FIFA. And also staying in the Bundesliga, Neuer. Guys, Neuer was an 86 last year, and I feel like Neuer hasn't been deserving of a -3. They're cooking the GOAT, the greatest goalkeeper ever, is going to be an 83. Oh, my God, he's going to be an 83. And if you guys go look at the FC25 ratings, I can't spell, Openda was an 85. So there you can see the downgrade. And we're going to keep this flipping tab handy so that you guys can see as we go. Now, next up, it's John Stones. And what you guys will notice in this video, EA have really butchered a lot of Man City players. John Stones, I think, was an 85 last FIFA. So, -3 for John Stones. It's a big downgrade for sure. Delict, look, and again, I've not pulled out every largest downgrade. I could just find some downgrades that were at least significant enough to talk about. And Delict was an 84 last year. A lot of United players are getting downgraded this year, obviously, for how they did last season. But down to an 82. And then also, Mendy. This might surprise some of you because EA love Mendy. They love Theo Hernandez. They love Atal. Mendy's getting a downgrade. I know. It's one of the most shocking news stories I have ever heard. You know, Mendy last year, Mendy every year is just insane. Mendy was an 84 and he had this pace. He's down to 85 pace. And then just to confirm with you guys as we go, so you can see some of the downgrades. Stodes was an 85, so I was right on that. And Delict, I believe, was also an 84. So, yes, those are a couple of the downgrades. We're going to go and do another 3 now. Fartinelli is getting downgraded, man. Fartinelli, EA has had enough of Fartinelli. He was only an 83, I think, last year. If I'm not mistaken, right? He was an 83. Martinelli was an 83, but he's getting a downgrade. Jack Grealish. This is always the funny part when you look at these ratings and EA chop off somebody's leg, man. Down to 72 pace, if that stat is right. But Grealish going from an 84 to an 81. Bro just had 2 assists for Everton. Bro just went crazy as well. EA may live to regret this rating. Let's see. And then Chiesa, who just also scored the opening game-winning goal for Liverpool in match week 1. He's gone from an 84 to an 81, and he's got a significant pace downgrade as well, guys. So Chiesa, EA gave him a -3, I believe. I want to double-check that because I know for sure that Grealish was an 84 because I put him into SBCs like crazy. And yes, Chiesa is down to an 84. Okay, this is a big one too. Tomori's down to an 81. Tomori, people are quick to forget, really the last 2 years has been a pretty expensive center back at the start. 83 rated last year. A lot of people use this guy. You can see his price, 40K. And EA is giving him quite the downgrade, man. Yeah, down to an 81. Now, he still does have a really good card, but not as good and not as premier as his last couple versions, guys. So he's getting the downgrade there. Kevin De Bruyne, is this the start of the end? He did just score for Napoli, but he has been consistently 90-91 for all these years now. Bro goes to Napoli. Also just didn't really have a great season for Man City, you know? So he's down to an 87. So is this going to be one of those quick downgrades? Like, you know, some of these players, they take longer to downgrade, whereas De Bruyne, like, he's going from the 90 to the 87. Is this going to be like 85 next year, or is he going to be really good this season and keep the 87? Let's see. Ter Stegen down to an 87, which I think personally, for how last season went and the situation right now, is a little generous that he's still even an 87. He's an 87. He was 89 last year. So definitely Ter Stegen getting a bit of a downgrade. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised. This one does not surprise me. Okay, let's keep it going. Griezmann. Griezmann, who was an 88 last year, is down to an 86. So Griezmann was one of the better starter cards. And, you know, let's just say first early weekend league cards to use, and now an 86. So definitely a bit of a downgrade there. Messi, who, if you guys follow my Twitter, I posted Messi and Ronaldo today. Messi is down from an 88 to an 86. And it's just going to be interesting to see because usually when the GOATs start getting downgrades, the route that EA goes is they start really cooking their pace. If you go look at Messi's cards over the years, you go to generations here on flipping, you can see like 23, right? 81 pace for a 91. 22, 93 but 85 pace. So you can see EA's been really starting to lower that pace. And it's just going to be a year with Messi where we start to see maybe it's going to be like 75 pace because, again, these stats are not 100% accurate. So we will see. Okay, Teo Hernandez. If you played FC25, you probably hate this guy. The amount of times you saw him, the amount of times he was annoying, he's getting a downgrade from an 87 to an 85. He's probably still going to be insane because Mendy every year is insane, and Mendy's only like an 83, 84. But going to Saudi gets him a -2. Also, just didn't have the craziest season. Bro, he was so broken in FIFA as an 87, so thank God he's not an 87 anymore. Next up, nope, those are my flipping tabs. Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz got downgraded. You might have seen it in the video this morning. Ruben Diaz was an 88, so he's an 86 now. And, bro, 59 pace. I mean, EA, if you give him 59 pace, you just can't even use this guy, bro. You can't even use him, dude. Oh, my God. That would be brutal. But as I was saying, Man City fans, like Man City, they cooked Man City this year. Son, off to the MLS, just scored a free kick, though. And, no, this is really the start of the end for Son because Son has been, let's search up his cards. Heung-min Son. Son has been very good in FIFA for a while. Even this year, he had a bit of a downgrade and was still insane as an 87. So the fact that we're seeing him as an 85, it is definitely a noticeable downgrade, guys, for Son. Will he still be OP? Probably, but not the craziest. You know, at the start, the last couple of years, Son has always been 200, 300, 400K. Not going to be that price tag with this card, but maybe makes him a little more accessible for the starter teams in the beginning. And obviously, he's going to be an MLS card as well. Okay. Yeah, this one, you saw it maybe in the video this morning. Foden, 85, dude. Whew. Foden, man. Okay, so let's see what Foden does this season. But EA felt like Foden deserves the downgrade. Foden last year was an 88. And Foden has been, I think Foden has had that rating now for, I just clicked on Evos. Wait, let's do generations. Foden has been, Foden went from an 85 to an 88. And EA said, wait a second, go right back to where you belong. 85, three out of the last 4 years, but a -3 after a +3. So didn't even hold on to any of that boost. Cristiano Ronaldo, a -1, guys, which, at his age for what he is still doing is not bad. The way EA start butchering players when you get into the later 30s and obviously close to 40, it's like unthinkable how bad they become. So this is actually a really good rating for Ronaldo to only get a -1. Ederson got a -3. The amount of times I thought I was packing Allison last year and it was Ederson. Ederson was an 88. A -3 for this guy, man. That's all I'm saying. Should I call this video the largest downgrades or the Man City cookout? Because they just cooked Man City ratings. Every Man City player has been cooked. Grimaldo, who was a part of, obviously, the crazy Leverkusen team, was an 86, is now an 84. So that is definitely a little bit of a downgrade. You can see, 70, I mean, that card just in terms of, like, can you even use him, too? Like, where do you even use him? If he had center mid, it would be understandable, but EA, nobody's using him at left back. Nobody's using him at left mid. Nobody's using him at left wing. Come on. All right, Bernardo Silva, guys. Guy was an 88. We packed this guy so many times. We put this guy in so many SBCs. 84, dude. Oh, my God. Part of the Nations League winning team, -4. EA's having none of Man City. You would think EA signed a Pez deal at this point. But I don't freaking know, man. 88 to 84. I mean, this is honestly one of the craziest downgrades, guys. So this is, I think, one of the more large downgrades we've had. 88 to 84 is just crazy disrespect. And then, if he's going to have in the 60s for pace, I mean, goodness gracious, EA. How long has Bernardo Silva been around this rating for it's been a while, man. That's what I'm saying. 86 and 22. So he's been 88 3 years in a row, and now EA's had enough of him. They have had enough of him. So those are the largest downgrades that I could find. I think ratings-wise, the largest downgrade is, I think it's Bernardo Silva, right? Because it's a -4. De Bruyne, I think, was a 90 this year, right? Let me see. Yeah, De Bruyne was a 90. So a lot of -3s, a lot of -2s. Obviously, you guys will probably find some other downgrades as you look through the database. You guys will probably find a lot more downgrades than just what I pointed out. But these are kind of like players that I felt like people have used over the years or people have kind of been interested in recently, and EA's just completely butchered them. So, let me know what you guys are thinking about these downgrades. Do you really disagree with any I guess I'm just happy that EA is finally nerfing Ferland Mendy and Teo a little bit, because every single FIFA, every rat has those two in their team in the beginning, but they'll probably still be OP. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.